haven't mastered the big whistle yet, so getting everyone's attention. So good afternoon. Thanks everyone so much for coming out today. Really appreciate it. I'm Erin, I'm with the met many of you, and look forward to talking with some of you that I haven't met. I'm working on the Envision Longmont plan. Bill Greenwald, he's the city's transportation planner, so Bill and I are co-managing this project for the city, along with consultants led by Darcy White, which is Cyrian Associates. And I'll let Darcy introduce herself here in just a second. But I did just want to say thanks again for coming. Thanks to our and for coming out today. I have several members of our advisory board, so thanks. Really want to hear your ideas. So again, thanks for coming. We hope you'll continue to be involved throughout this process, which we'll go through early 26. So continue our progress online, and we hope that you'll tell all your friends, neighbors, enemies, whoever about involving as much of the community as possible. Before I turn it over to basics, the plan is to do some activities over the course of the next hour and a half or so. If you need to use the restrooms, they're right through that door. Girls have a gigantic restroom. This is where people get married a lot. Boys have a much smaller restroom, so don't get offended. There are snacks in the back, so if you get hungry or thirsty, you have some water and some light snacks, please feel free to just take care of yourself throughout the afternoon. We really want you to have fun. We want this to be enjoyable, so just take care of yourself. Earlier, more about this, but online workbook that we'll be running for the next several weeks, and we're live streaming as well. We're also going to be taking some photos. If anyone has any being in a photo, necessarily lots of actions. We are live streaming. Maybe Charlie. I want to make sure that no one I can just ask Charlie to ask in Spanish. Okay, thank you. With that, we're going to kick off our first public meeting series for this process. So, Erin made us great. Is your mic on?
Yes.
Presentation. So, over that, there's a few folks around the room that are going to help us with the exercise. We're here in the process and planning systems, and we'll talk about if you have specific questions on things, different folks that you can talk to. So, our agenda for this afternoon. Some of the trends and existing conditions we've been into this process. The time, getting some ideas, real quick presentation, and then as Erin mentioned, we'll spend about an hour kind of working through some vision ideas, and then we'll have some kind of map-oriented exercise at the end. So you're welcome to stay, and we'd love it if you can stay for the whole thing, but there are points along the way where you can leave if you need to. So just backing up a little bit for folks who may not be familiar with the comprehensive plan and multimodal transportation plan. One of the things that's unique about this process is that we are doing updating those two plans simultaneously. So the comprehensive plan for the city was last updated in 2003, and the multimodal plan those two together. For those of you who aren't familiar, these are really long-range planning tools for the city, how to help prioritize resources, think about where you want to go as a community moving forward. So as we get further into the process, we'll be looking at, based on the feedback we get today over the next couple of weeks, a vision for the city moving forward, as well as getting into more specific goals and policies, and ultimately implementation strategies to help the city implement that vision. So, as I noted, one of the things that's unique about this process is that it is integrated. Beyond the comprehensive plan and the multimodal transportation plan, there are a host of other plans that the city and other organizations have been working on. Really, over the last 10 years, but there's also been a lot of work in the last few years. And so, parks and recreation update, the State Green Blueprint project that some of you may be familiar with. A lot of things that we'll be talking about today is actually how do we draw from all of that work that's been done as we get into this higher level, 30,000 foot level plan, and make sure we're carrying forward all the great work that's been done and the ideas and the input that's been gleaned through those conversations already. So we'll talk more about that as we go forward. In terms of our overall process, we're really still in the early to mid stages. We're just getting into completed all the initial draft of our background research. We'll talk a little bit about some of those findings here today. But as we get further into the summer, we'll be taking the concept of vision and goals that come out of these conversations and starting to apply that to the ground. So as you follow the process, the next time we have a meeting like this, we'll be talking about specific land use and transportation related opportunities in our city. So this is kind of see the discussion for that, and then we'll come back to with some and questions for you about what the choices might be for the city moving forward. From there, in the fall, we'll move into developing the actual plan document and have an additional round or two of meetings to talk about that. So if you're here at a good time, things are just getting really exciting, and I think a lot of the kind of shaping of Longmont's future will really kind of speak on this in particular. Not going to spend a lot of time on this, just to say that we have spent a lot of time with our staff team and others trying to come up with, we recognize there are a tremendous number of stakeholders in Longmont, and we are doing our best to try to reach out. Shades like this are just one of those ways. So, not everybody will fit on the slide, so I'll make that point. If you see anything that should be on there, no longer list in our health development plan. In terms of what we've been doing to date, we have had a lot of different, we've been going out to events, filling areas with the single festivities, just trying to talk to people in as many settings as we can to get some informal input as well as for structured meetings like this. So we'll continue that as we go forward. There's a lot of other community events where you may see an Envision Longmont booth set up for that purpose. So in terms of following the project signed up on the project website, I would encourage you to do so. We're sending a couple of different things. It's a good way to keep up to speed on when these meetings are going to be scheduled, what other opportunities for input there are. But we're also doing some kind of fun, quick soundbite types of pieces of info. We've got a question of the week process going, and we'll probably continue through the summer, where we're just throwing out questions about different topics that relate to the plan. So if you've got 2 seconds to respond, we've got some pretty great responses to that effort as well. And of course, we are relying heavily on social media as well to help us get the word out. So one plug I'll make too is that we are just wrapping up what we're calling a community profile. And this is one of our initial work products, inventory and analysis are really kind of the data behind the plan as we move forward. So that's something that being reviewed at staff level, but will be available here sometime probably by the end of the month. You can see we're looking at everything from population to transportation, arts and culture, you name it. What's happening in the city today, what we need to be thinking about as we move forward. So just going to talk briefly about some of the major themes that we've seen coming out of that work that we're on the tail end of. 3 areas that I want to talk about. The first is population. The city of Longmont, as Aaron mentioned, is continuing to significant growth. So since 2000, the city's added around 20,000 people, and as Aaron noted, we think that's going to be about another 24,000 over the next 20 years. So as we're entering into this process, we definitely have that to think about in terms of moving forward. Looking at the numbers, Longmont continues to be a family-oriented community in terms of the age distribution, but it's getting older. And this is something we're seeing about many communities. The proportion of residents over the age of 65, for example, is expected to double by 2025. So that's a trend that we're watching closely. That influences a lot of things that we're talking about here in a moment. Other things that the numbers are telling us, and some of the initial interviews have told us, is that the community is relatively healthy in terms of looking at kind of the reporting back on those things, smoking, all those things. The city fares fairly well compared to the state and the county. However, what we did find in that information is that there are some things that we can improve on. Some of that happens to be at the youth level, so drug trends and those types of things. So just looking at the community as a whole, some things that kind of jumped out as we were reviewing those. The community is also experiencing increased demand and difficulty in reaching services. And this is something we really heard throughout our initial stakeholder interviews and discussions we've had so far. It's back to as the community gets older, those folks have different needs. So as we look to the future, 10 to 20 years, there are a number of questions that we're going to be wrestling with as we go through this process. And one of those is how do we best address changing needs? That can come in the form of different housing types, different types of services that are needed, or an increase in those services. It relates to transportation. How do people get to those things that they need? And so those are all things that we'll be thinking about and talking more with you about as we go forward. Another key question is thinking about where and how we should grow. And we'll start a conversation later this afternoon about some of the initial thoughts about where are the places in Longmont that might stay the same, where are areas where we think change might be appropriate. We may want to encourage growth. So that's kind of a stay tuned question as well. And as you know, there's a variety of different ways that growth can happen. So that will be a key question for us going forward. In terms of the economy, Longmont, for all intents and purposes, is doing very well. There's been about 2,000 new jobs added over the last few years. We have had some setbacks, of course, with the loss of Amgen, some other smaller offsets, but overall fairly strong. This is an area where the advanced Longmont study that was recently done talks a lot about what are the ways we can help encourage, attract those types of businesses that will help us thrive. Longmont's location in the region is also something that came up in this analysis. So looking at how many folks commute into Longmont every day versus out of Longmont. And I think what we found, and what the advanced Longmont work looked at as well, is that more people are leaving Longmont every day than are coming to work. So those are things that, again, think about the types of land uses we want to encourage, or where opportunity areas might be indicated. Then they might balance land uses to stay closer to where they work, live and work. And the last point I'll mention here is that, again, setting the stage for the land use discussion today, Longmont has a tremendous amount for employment uses. And that's not a bad thing, but I think what the opportunities are, we'll be asking whether there are areas where other uses, such as residential, might be appropriate, or where a mix of uses might be appropriate to balance the needs of both your housing needs and your employment needs. That's something we'll be talking more about down the road. So in terms of kind of thinking related to the economy, this, kind of things, question of regional partnerships. I heard a lot about as well, in that because of Longmont's location, there are a lot of, that's something that's already been taken advantage of, but I think playing up that as an advantage as you're looking to attract new businesses in the future. So slide here is about community here, a really physical place. So when we think about how Longmont's built in that natural environment, one of the first things that people mention is that here's great. Love our parks and greenways. We're happy to see that recovery is happening. Some of those damaged areas are being repaired, and we'd like to see more of that going forward. One of the things that the recent Parks Master Plan came up with and talked about was that even though Longmont's overall amount of parks per population is pretty high relative to other communities, there are some areas access and creating those links to those programs will be carried forward as part of the community is also becoming more urban. And what I mean by this is that the land use patterns that typically have been kind of the predominant land use pattern land use in Longmont are starting down the street from Buttermilk plant. We're going to have new homes coming up shortly, which we're in the past. So, it's capacity numbers that we're looking at some opportunities that the city has for future growth. We expect that that's probably going to be a continued conversation about where those areas that you would like to see some hires that you don't want to change. So we'll talk more about that as well. Affordable housing also a major in all of our conversations. It's something that we are looking at in more depth as part of this process. Now, as address at certain parts of the day. We've heard about clear and what the regional and city plans are going forward. And with developer Hope Movement, they are working on questions about opportunity to think about where to surroundings. So something that will kind of tease out on to get deeper into the process. Is how do we operate, respond better
Increased wages.
One thing to mention too, if you have more than 5 ideas, don't feel limited by our suggestions. So feel free to do more if you want to.
Can we grab those from me?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Going back to the office, a little more for that.
I try to teach that to my girls. I said, don't ever smell a marker if somebody else is holding it. You always have to hold it.
Very good.
See, that's logic.
Yeah, I can picture the lesson. You can actually.
No. I didn't do that. I said, but if somebody else holds it, they can go like this. I said, be careful about them hitting your hand too. All the tricks that I knew when I was a kid.
Sounds like experience. Yeah, all the way through.
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
Who knows? Paula's daughter had her rehearsal interview. I've been here several other times for meetings. First time I've been here. Occasionally.
Not great today.
And also friends bring me out once. Okay.
That's a nice night. It's not this good. A lot of stuff. It's in
That's what I'm about. Out here. Yeah. We'll start filling it.
And I when you fly, it's like 2 minutes. Oh, and I want my dog to walk all of her steps. Is that okay?
Yes.
This is good day of people collecting and hanging their buckets. Milling around, trying to find the category.
Yeah, they're getting out. I wish it should was in a dark market. It's really yeah. He's collecting.
Oh, okay.
The top left, the gray one is open space parks.
Growth and development.
Growth and development. I can't read it.
Yeah, that's another
I can
one
barely even
that
see the
came
words
out.
there. Look at this picture slowly.
I'll send out that. My intent was to send out that.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Yeah, I just got it today. I think we have to put that in the next week. So have a second video.
Well, it was pretty interesting and maybe scary.
Maybe he's not representing the document, but I think that there's between me and she, there's something.
I started working out here.
There can be too much. And you're also
Yeah, and that's
He's
but it's not land.
Actually,
Kim told me they that he's going to bring a bunch of people to Kim said, well, that could be that we okay.
like period,
You know.
Yeah.
I started to slow down, probably another minute, and then we'll shift gears, and it may take everybody a little bit to, get these up, but we'll go ahead and start the next exercise here in 1 minute.
Why can't we? We're elected. At the time, counties or something like that. We don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't know if
how this, planning process is going to progress.
The county's not.
He's announced his retirement. No, he hasn't retired. He announced his retirement. He hard to let go of the platform. He did so.
Yeah, when I worked there, I was executive director.
Back when Santa was still.
Okay, so I think, let's pause for a minute. get those up, but I want to make sure we get you rolling here on our next exercise. And first of all, I apologize to those of you who are made dizzy by my moving cursor on the screen, so thank you for letting me know. I will keep my hands still. So our next exercise, so under your, the little wooden stands on your tables, you have a packet of materials. So someone needs to grab those materials from the center of your table. And these are the same topics that we have on the wall up here. And what we have done is take a look at a whole range of plans and studies that have been done that really feed into this effort. So I mentioned earlier this is meant to be an integrated process, so we'll be looking to a lot of that work, trying to carry forward some of the key concepts. And what we need your help with today is looking at some of what we've distilled from those documents. So we've gone through a range of those plans and studies, and then we've kind of pulled some of the main goals from those different efforts. And so we've grouped them according to the topics that we have on the wall. And what we'd like you to do is go through each of those cards. And the first thing to do, so whoever's got the stack of cards should hand out those cards so that everyone in the group has one to start with. Doesn't matter what topic it is, you're going to all get a chance to look at all of them. So make sure everybody's got a card. So, bear with me for a second. Let me explain what we're going to do. So, the first thing we want you to do, you each have your card, is to take a look at some of the existing goals that exist, either in the comp plan today, in the multimodal transportation plan. These are some of the ideas that have been brought forward in the past and are kind of the current thinking in the city to address many of these issues that you've raised. And so we're only about 2 minutes on each. Going to get a chance. This is going to be the fast part. So we don't want to get too bogged down in the details, but basically review the goals, see if your main ideas or vision is really addressed in those goals. If it is, there's a score, kind of a rating here on the side. So you record your name on the left, and then tell us, kind of on a scale of 1 to 5, how well do those existing goals kind of reflect your feedback for housing or resiliency. So as you go through each of those, you'll kind of take a look, record your thoughts, and then if you have new ideas that you want to add, tell us what's missing. So there's a space on the bottom right for that. I see a question back here. Now, so thinking about the future, do these goals reflect where you think is going in the future related to these topics? So we're going to start the timer. Charlie's going to be our iPhone guy here. So 2 minutes, we'll rotate to the other topics. So we're going to spend about a half hour. So as soon as you finish one, hand it to your neighbor, and we'll kind of work our way through the stack here. So any other questions before we start? Yeah, so yes, 5 is very low. 1 is not very low. So 5 is the best or most supportive. Low is not so good. So 5 is like the 10.
There was just a journey. on to other topics.
So that's our first 2-minute cue. So if you're still on your first one, you should move on. Pass it to your neighbor and grab a new one.
Put it out there and check once somebody else gets or
In general. You have access to all the topics. We have another 2-minute warning, so keep rolling. It looks like everybody's going a little faster than that, so that's good. There may be a prize for the first one to get through. Fail to pay for that. If your cards are getting a little crowded in that space, feel free to write wherever you need to on there. You don't have to put your comments in that one spot, so use all the space you need.
Probably the black one.
This is. So we have another 2-minute warning. I think everybody's making good progress. One more 2-minute warning.
Right on this computer. This is actually
One more 2-minute warning. We're getting there. Looks like some folks are starting to wind down here. Another 2-minute warning. We got about 12 minutes left in what we planned, but we may finish early. So if your group is done, maybe just raise your hand and let me know so I can kind of.
Everybody.
No rush. If you're still working, take your time.
Oh, that's yours. I can read some overlap.
No rush. I'm reading.
Right. Another 2 minutes. Then we got a couple groups that are done. We're on time.
Put them in context.
What I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Playoffs, is that the shop. That was no, they closed 2 weeks ago. Well, they closed the sports cars. They kept their princesses. Yeah, so they still street princess.
You have to make things.
Yeah.
And you have to make what's key.
Oh, a ship out. It's nice. My wife rather. There's more.
I'm more. And I'm a retired lady who's transportation.
Starting.
Not
Starting.
just gotta go on.
So we'll give it about 5 more minutes, and if you feel like you have more to say, don't worry, we can come back and continue on those after we're finished the next exercise. Most folks.
Which one you didn't do that? You did, you both did?
I guess. Neither of you and I
Are you talking like a big change? I found the ones on. There's 2. Half price.
Yes. I didn't have
I'm a picture of smells like that's where I got my couldn't turn that down. Cheap. Y'all get hungry.
Okay, guys, you got ready to shift gears.
We love this. We love the town.
So this next exercise, we're going to have you spend some time thinking about your individual opinions on these different subjects. And what we want you to do now is talk amongst yourselves about some of your priorities, thinking about the future. So you're going to be assembling a vision. That's what these mystery polls are here in the middle of your table. So you may want to pick the tallest person at your table to be your Envision assembly. And what we'd like you to do, so first things first, so flip over those cards that you filled out on your table and spread them out. So you should be able to see your group's kind of general thoughts were about those. So if you've got a stack of them, try to spread them out so everybody can kind of see them. And you're going to kind of walk you through it here. So what you want to be able to do is sort of skim the portion of the card that has that level of 1 to 5. So if your group, you skim those cards and you see that, gosh, everyone in our group said housing is a 5. Where do you have consensus and where do you maybe not have some areas of consensus? So differences of opinion on particular topics. This is just to give you a general sense first. So, one more thing before you get too deep into that. So the instructions are up here, but let me tell you real quick. What we want you to do, is everybody listening? So what we want you to do is, after you take a look at all the cards and kind of get a sense of where you have some agreement, maybe where you don't, what we want you to do, there's 13 cards total, but we want you to narrow it down to your top 5. So thinking about what your priorities are for the future, where does this plan or where do these goals have the biggest opportunity in your group's view to influence the future of Longmont? So in order of 5, so the least important would go at the bottom, and Charlie's kind of demonstrating over here. You can set these on your chair or on the floor, whatever's easiest, but we want you to work together to build your vision. And it doesn't mean by any means that any of the other ideas that have come out of tonight's discussion are not important, but we just want to get a sense of where you are as you start working amongst yourselves and thinking about this as a collective viewpoint. So once we finish, we'll spend a little bit of time in each group and kind of tell us, maybe where you have some similarities, where you have some differences. Everybody good? We'll roam around too if you have questions about what we need to do next. So.
Top 5. I would choose personally between some new lanes and or Maybe that's That's right. Yeah, we're cheating. We're so which we're gonna stack a couple of these. That's number 5 there. First thing to take out. Or what about these two? Housing and this one is broader than used to. This one is this is everything we talk about. Pick 3 and 5. I guess I'd come back to thinking we need all 3D. So, which is why I think it's been flexibility to really well, the rest of the grand this goes by. This would be just too fun. Instead of first. It's not easy. What would you do? What would you do? You really don't have this without this. If you're going to go to a future, then I'm with you. None of this works if that's not us. Maybe that was not. That's just like I said, this is yeah, we really prioritize. That's it. Yes.
I'll delete it. We'll edit you out.
So if I can get everyone's attention for just a moment. So we're coming up on 3:25 here, and I want to make sure that anyone who needs to leave can. But before you do, I want to make sure you're aware that, so a couple folks commented, wow, this is a lot of information, I wish I had more time to review this, and the answer is you do. Chris has been here doing the live stream. He's with Urban Interactive Studio, and they have put together an online workbook that has all of the same information on it. So if you're interested and you've got more comments you want to share about housing or neighborhoods, whatever it is, we're going to have that available online for the next month. So you'll have plenty of time to go back, give us more feedback, tell other people about it, and the order will. But it's kind of a fun little setup there. You can pick one topic, you can pick 5 topics, whatever your preference is. And if you have time to do one topic tonight and you want to do 5 more next week, you can do that. So it's meant to be flexible and just to give us as much information as possible. So where you can find that is on the project website, which is envisionlongmont.com. And just to note that will launch by end of day tomorrow. So we're in the process of finalizing it. It will be available over the weekend. And if you're signed up for our weekly e-blast, we'll give you a link to it right in there. If you already signed up for the when you came in, we'll add you to that list, so you'll get a direct notification of that. So we do have one more piece of information that we wanted to give you a quick introduction to before everybody starts to break up a little bit. And for the next half hour, we're going to have the s'mores and open house. So you're welcome to wander around, take a look at the other towers and see what other people have been kind of come up with, stuff on the wall. But we also are going to be kind of getting into some of that stuff I mentioned early on, starting to think about the physical aspects of the community. So one of the very first things we needed to do, thinking about how we will accommodate the future population that you mentioned earlier today, is to think about 2 types of areas. So areas of change and areas of stability. And I wouldn't get too hung up on the nuances of that at this point. This is really just going to be your first chance to kind of take a look at areas where we think potentially growth might be desirable over the next 20 years. So where would we want to encourage future growth? It may be a different form of growth that exists there today. So early on in our stakeholder interviews, for example, folks kept mentioning the Kmart building. Kmart building either find a new use or redevelop the site. So that's the type of areas of change example that I would give. The turkey farm is another example. Where are those areas you'd like to see something different in the future, and you think that that would be a positive change for the community? On the flip side, we recognize that in a city of any size, there are going to be a number of areas where you really don't want to see a lot of change. These are established neighborhoods. You're comfortable with the density of those neighborhoods. They're well maintained, etc. So you can see the yellow areas on the map, and those are what we're calling at this initial stage areas of stability. So areas we don't want to see a lot of significant change in the future. So I'll leave it at that. We'll be roaming around if you have questions, but Charlie and Kai are going to lay out some maps on the tables, and you're welcome to. So basically, what we want to know at this stage of the game is are we on the right track as we start thinking about where future growth might go, or do you have other ideas? And feel free to mark on the maps as much as you need to. There's blank sheets of paper on your table as well if you just want to make some notes. But this is also available on the web workbook, so you can kind of zoom in on different areas and type your notes in there as well. So if you can't get close enough to a map in this big of a group, you're welcome to take a look at home and then give us feedback that way. So that's my plug. We'll get the maps laid out, and then as I mentioned, we're all kind of going to be looking around for questions. And thank you all so much for coming today. It's been really, really productive and fun process.
Let me check and see. Standing up there.
These things don't grow on trees.
They do that on the very top. So can you mark those? Yeah.
See if they put my house in the desirable area.
Area of change.
Airport's in the area of change. These streets are here, so it's hard to see.
Some in white, but
Yeah,
right. Luckily, my house is in an area of change. It's interesting.
You can go home while you're mowing.
Yeah, I better. Get the better. I can't. It is knee high right now.
You're not going around town.
I agree that this is an area of change. There's a lot of junkyards and there's potential. I wouldn't mind.
Walmart's only 8 years old.
We don't like for our fire station.
That's the fire station. Well, no, that's the fire station's this. That's the not Mark's Miller. It's what is that? That's the whole house. It's Scott Dixon's property there, right on. So here's Shannon, right here. So this is the Ludlow property. Mall. This is the Longmont property. This is Plain Western. Here's 192 on the north side of Dixon. This is Mill Village. I do know this city. We were before. I presented it to this is sidewalk. So this is okay. So this is the right here. This is trailer commercial right there. So this is so good. It's curious also to have this. Areas below the it probably comes back to change. It's interesting. It'll still remain city hall. I'm very curious about how like these little islands were created. Who made that decision? She said it was based on some state farms, and so I don't know. You know, looking at these areas, I don't, it's not that I disagree. It's just experience.
Like, why one strip mall over another?
This question I got between this area here is between so the high schools right over here. So this is on the north side there.
So that's the retail.
Yeah. It's that there are parts of that that are although yeah, really all they're doing is just running a pantry full of chili. It's such a shame. I love the pantry because I live right on my Roosevelt Park. I used to the pantry. I never ever bought more than like 2 or 3 things at a time. I wasn't the best customer. I liked it. And you're cooking something you need something. I understand why they're doing this. But it's taking it for it's really others. What are they doing?
Well, there you have it. Thank you for watching our Longmont Workshop live stream.
We're talking about revitalization.